Good morning, Cullman. Thank you for joining us on Cullman Today. I'm your host, Christine Wiggins, and today is Thursday, March 20th. Coming up on Cullman Today, Harbison's resignation, local scholarships awarded, and the Olive House. All of this plus sports, weather, and more. Now let's take a closer look at the top stories happening in Cullman today. Representative Corey Harbison, who represents District 12, said he will be resigning his seat by April 15th. Harbison said he has a few grants he's promised to assist with before he leaves. He wants to make sure that he delivers on his promises to these groups. Harbison said he plans to stay around Cullman County to be close to family and continue to work for the city of Good Hope. Addressing rumors that he may run for sheriff, Harbison said he isn't ruling it out and is also not committed to running for any office at this time. Harbison was elected as mayor of Good Hope at the age of 22 in 2008, served there for 6 years, and in the House for 11 years. Now, with 3 children, Harbison has said the only title he cares about is daddy, and he plans to be the best one he can be. He says that if he ever runs for anything in the future, it'll be something here at home in Cullman County. Addie Guthrie and Evan Roden of Cullman were each awarded a scholarship by the Porch Band of Creek Indians for their participation in Alabama's livestock industry on Sunday, March 16th, at a ceremony held in coordination with the Southeastern Livestock Exposition Rodeo. The Porch Band Creek Indians has a proud history of supporting youth in livestock. Each year, young people from each of Alabama's 67 counties are awarded scholarships from the tribe to aid in future participation in youth livestock events or to further their education. Now, Cullman Today reporter Annabelle Howes takes us along for a peek at the Olive House.
Cullman has many charming features, but it's not every day you find a place that feels like stepping into a storybook. At the Olive House, 2 longtime friends are serving more than just tea. They're creating a space where people can slow down, connect, and experience a little magic. Leanne Boatwright and Sherry Veroff began their journey in 2020 when the pandemic forced them to pivot from event catering to delivering grazing boxes decorated with flowers and fun themes. As the world reopened, their Chat and Chew brand expanded with a food truck, but they dreamed of something more permanent. When a charming house on 3rd Street became available, they saw the perfect opportunity to create a cozy, whimsical space where people could gather and unwind. Each room inside the Olive House offers a unique experience, from Peacock Parlor to the Magnolia Room. At the heart of it all is its English tea service, complete with sandwiches, scones, biscuits with Devonshire cream, and locally made baby cakes. Open for lunch on Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, the Olive House offers a variety of fresh salads, sandwiches, and sweet treats. Whether you're visiting for tea, lunch, or just a quiet moment, the Olive House offers a charming escape in the heart of Cullman. This has been Annabelle Howes with Cullman Today.
Sounds like the place to be. Those are the top stories in Cullman today. Coming up, Cullman wins over Mortimer Jordan in extra innings. Sports is next.
Cullman's in full bloom in the newest edition of Community Matters from the Cullman Tribune. Discover fresh dining spots, celebrate community connections, and meet local heroes making a real difference. From stunning sights to courtside lights, there's something for everyone to enjoy. Pick up your free copy around town or read it online today. Community Matters. Get to know your community.
Welcome back. The Cullman Bearcats were back home to open area play against Mortimer Jordan Tuesday night, and 7 innings weren't enough to decide things in this one. Trailing 6-4 with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th, Samantha Johnson's 2-run home run tied things up at 6 and sent the game into extra innings. With a pair of runners on base and 2 outs on the board in the bottom of the 8th, Abby Maples punched a walk-off single right into right field to seal a 7-6 come-from-behind area win for Cullman. A 2-run home run put Mortimer Jordan in front 2-0 in the top of the first, but the Bearcats responded in the bottom half of the inning. Abby Maples and Samantha Johnson drew walks to put a pair of runners on base, and Summer Story lined a single into left field to plate Maples and cut the lead to 2-1. A few pitches later, Drake and Bates knocked a double into left field to bring Johnson home to score and tie the game at 2 going into the second inning. After a scoreless second, the Blue Devils took advantage of an error in third to move back in front 3-2. Mortimer Jordan led off the top of the fourth with back-to-back doubles to extend the lead to 4-2 and tacked on another run in the fifth to make it a 5-2 game. The Cats were held hitless for 3 straight innings, but were able to cut into the lead in the bottom of the fifth. Presley Burden and Maples led off the inning with back-to-back singles, and Hattie Graham lifted a sacrifice fly into deep center field to bring Burden home and trim the lead to 5-3 headed to the sixth. Mortimer Jordan got the run back in the top of the sixth, scoring on a pair of singles to pull ahead 6-3, but Cullman wasn't done chipping away. In the bottom of the sixth, Bates blasted a solo home run over the left field fence to make it a 6-4 game going into the final frame. The Bearcats kept the Blue Devils off the board in the top of the seventh, and down to their final out in the bottom half of the inning, Graham reached first on an error to keep Cullman's chances alive. 3 pitches later, Johnson drove a 2-run bomb over the left field fence to tie things up at 6 and send the game to extra innings. Mortimer Jordan was held scoreless once again in the top of the 8th, and the Bearcats were finally able to pull ahead for good in the home half of the inning. With 2 outs on the board, once again, Haley Little drew a walk, and Burden reached base on an error to put the winning run in scoring position. That's when Maples shot a walk-off line drive into the field to plate Little and complete the comeback for the Cats. And that wraps up sports for today. After the break, we'll bring you 4 stories in under 4 minutes, including a freeze watch and the pet of the week. Welcome back. Now it's time to speed things up with a news rundown, 4 stories in under 4 minutes. The National Weather Service has issued a freeze watch for the northern counties in the state, including Cullman County, for the early morning hours Friday morning. From 1 a.m. to 8 a.m., the temperatures will drop below freezing and possibly as low as 27 degrees. While there is no precipitation predicted, these low temperatures could have a dangerous effect on people, vegetation, and animals. Be sure to check on your neighbors to ensure they have what they need to stay warm. Bring the animals inside or provide them with shelter and coverage from the cold temps. Many plants and gardens have begun to sprout. Covering them or bringing them inside could prevent damage. And don't forget to protect your pipes from freezing by wrapping them or opening a cabinet door inside. Speaking of your plants, spring is just around the corner and people are starting to see the bulbs they planted in the dormant season grow and blossom. But what if the bulbs aren't blooming? According to Lily Oaks, an Alabama Cooperative Extension System home horticulture agent, people can try applying a bulb fertilizer to boost flower production. However, a lack of blooms may be a result of planting the bulbs at the wrong time. Oaks says spring blooming bulbs need to be planted in late fall to early winter from November to January. If the bulbs are planted after that time frame, their foliage may still emerge, but the bulb may not have had time to store enough energy to produce a bloom. While gardeners cannot do much now if this is the case, they can always plan to ensure they have blooming bulbs next year. So when purchasing spring bulbs for planting, make sure to check them carefully for signs of mold or softness. Bulbs that are decaying will rot when planted and cease to grow. Spring bulbs flourish in sunlight and may have trouble blooming in areas with heavy shade. For gardeners seeking a bulb that can tolerate some shade, daffodils are a great choice. Alternatively, tulips are a spectacular choice for bulbs that bloom in the sun. By following these planting tips, gardeners can increase the chances of seeing blooms next spring. For more gardening information, visit the Lawn and Garden section of the Alabama Extension website, www.aces.edu. The 41st Annual Bloomin' Festival Arts and Crafts Fair is set to welcome a wide array of talented artisans the first weekend of April at St. Bernard Prep School in Cullman. One of those artists is Hannah Shankle of Madison, Alabama. With a lifelong passion for art and animals, Shankle has turned her love for drawing dogs and cats into a thriving creative business, offering an extensive selection of handcrafted pet-themed products. Shankle's specialty lies in her handmade greeting cards, each adorned with her original dog and cat artwork. For those looking to celebrate their beloved pets in a more personalized way, Shankle offers custom pet portraits on ornaments, canvases, t-shirts, and coffee cups. Festival goers will have the opportunity to explore Shankle's unique collection and take home a one-of-a-kind, handcrafted, pet-inspired treasure. Don't miss the chance to meet her and discover her heartfelt creations at the Bloomin' Festival. For more information about the Bloomin' Festival, visit www.bloominfestival.com. Meet Vicky Joe, a 3-year-old terrier mix who is the Cullman Tribune Pet of the Week. She's a small bundle of low to medium energy who will make someone a very happy caretaker. Vicky Joe is a Renaissance girl who is humble and unassuming. She is a true lover of life, which makes her the quintessential therapy, companion, reading, or hiking gal. Her adoption fee is $135, which includes spay, DHLPP, Bordetella, and rabies vaccines, wormer, general exam at the vet, and microchip. Visit the shelter at 935 Convent Road Northeast. It's open Monday through Friday from 9 to 3:30. If you come by to visit with Vicky Joe, but she's already gone, meet with her friends as they are all looking for their perfect partners. Contact the Cullman County Animal Shelter at 256-734-5448 or Cullman Animal Shelter at co.cullman.al.us. And that's your 4 stories in under 4 minutes. Now for a quick break before we look at the weather ahead and pay our respects with obituaries. I'll be right back after this quick message. Let's take a moment to pause and remember those who have lost their lives this week as we turn to obituaries. Leon Zachary Waters, 37 of Cullman, passed away on Tuesday, March 11th. A celebration of life graveside service will be held today at 11 a.m. at Good Hope Cemetery. Jerry Frog Miller, 76 of Cullman, passed away Tuesday, March 11th. Visitation will be held on Saturday, March 22nd from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. at Cullman Funeral Home. A graveside service will follow at 1:30 at Mount Carmel Cemetery in Berlin. Our thoughts and prayers go out to their friends and families. Now let's take a moment to look ahead at your weather forecast. You might want to grab a jacket or a sweater today. It'll be partly sunny, breezy, and cool with a slight chance of showers and a high near 48 and a low around 31. Friday, we'll see sunny skies with a high near 63 and a low around 43. And that wraps up today's edition of Cullman Today. Thank you for sharing your morning with us, and remember to stay connected by following us on social media and visiting CullmanTribune.com for the latest from our community. We'll see you bright and early tomorrow morning at 6:30 a.m. I'm Christine Wiggins with Cullman Today. Have a wonderful day, Cullman.